The Lexus LX570 has long been considered a symbol of strength, durability, and refined luxury. Built to dominate rugged terrains while providing comfort worthy of a flagship SUV, it has become a favorite for enthusiasts who value both power and prestige. But even the most legendary vehicles eventually face the ravages of time, neglect, and wear. That is where the true art of restoration enters, a process that not only revives a machine but also reconnects it with the meaning of engineering excellence. The journey of restoring an LX570 after years of decline is not simply about fixing dents or replacing parts. It is about rediscovering the spirit of a vehicle designed to last decades. Over a period of 3 months, a forgotten, damaged LX570 was transformed from a rusting shell into a gleaming monument of precision. This transformation reflects patience, expertise, and above all, respect for craftsmanship. At first glance, the condition of the SUV was discouraging. The once proud Lexus bore the scars of neglect, peeling paint, corroded underbody, malfunctioning electronics, and an interior that had lost its luxurious identity. Many would have written it off as unsalvageable. But where others saw waste, restorers saw potential. The decision to begin this project was not based solely on cost efficiency, it was about honoring a machine that deserved another life. The restoration began with a complete teardown. Every component was catalogued, inspected, and either cleaned, repaired, or replaced. The body was stripped to bare metal, exposing not only visible rust but also hidden weaknesses that years of use and exposure had created. Welding repairs, anti-rust treatments, and reinforced chassis work became the foundation. A vehicle of this caliber cannot simply be polished on the surface, it must be structurally renewed from within. Painting was not just a cosmetic choice, it was an expression of revival. The LX570's new finish was carefully layered, polished, and sealed to return its original deep luster. The color selection balanced timeless elegance with modern appeal, creating a look that honored its roots while standing proudly among contemporary models. This step alone required weeks of preparation, patience, and countless hours of sanding, priming, and polishing. Inside, the transformation was equally dramatic. The LX570 is known for its refined interiors, and restoring that identity meant addressing every detail. Leather seats were reupholstered, wood trims were refinished, and outdated or damaged components were replaced with OEM-quality parts. Modern upgrades were integrated subtly, ensuring the cabin retained its Lexus DNA while offering features aligned with current expectations. The result was a space that once again blended luxury and functionality, a true command center for driver and passengers alike. Mechanically, the restoration demanded precision. The 5.7L V8 engine, while robust, required a full overhaul. Worn-out gaskets, aging belts, and clogged injectors were replaced. The cooling system was refreshed, and transmission components were meticulously inspected. Suspension parts, bushings, and shocks, crucial for an SUV known for its off-road prowess, were renewed to ensure the LX570 could perform as it once did. Each bolt tightened, each component aligned, was a statement. This was not just a repair job, but a rebirth. Perhaps the most challenging yet rewarding part of the restoration was electronics. In modern vehicles, systems are deeply integrated: navigation, sensors, climate control, infotainment, safety technologies. Restoring these required technical expertise and patience. Outdated wiring was replaced, modules were recalibrated, and systems tested repeatedly. Achieving full functionality wasn't optional, it was essential for the LX570 to reclaim its identity as a luxury SUV that provides confidence and comfort. After 3 months of labor, the results were breathtaking. What once stood as an abandoned shell now gleamed like a brand new vehicle. The engine purred with controlled power, the suspension delivered balance between comfort and strength, and the interior radiated luxury. It wasn't simply about bringing back a car, it was about bringing back pride, history, and identity. Restoration, however, is not just about vehicles. It is a lesson in patience, discipline, and vision. The LX570 project demonstrates that true transformation is not immediate. It requires commitment to small details, a refusal to cut corners, and the belief that the end result will justify the struggle. Each day of sanding, each replaced part, each recalibrated sensor carried weight. And after 3 months, the SUV stood not just as a restored vehicle, but as a monument to persistence. Another significant takeaway from the restoration is sustainability. In a world increasingly dominated by disposable culture, restoring a vehicle represents a stand against waste. Instead of discarding what was old, the team chose to renew it. This not only preserved a piece of engineering heritage but also reduced the environmental footprint compared to building new vehicles. Restoration thus becomes not just an act of passion but an act of responsibility. For car enthusiasts, projects like these also reignite appreciation for craftsmanship. Modern cars are often criticized for being too digital, too mass-produced. Restoring an LX570 bridges the past and the present, reminding us that vehicles are not simply machines, they are stories written in metal, leather, and rubber. To revive such a machine is to honor its story, and in doing so, continue writing it for future generations. The finished product was more than just transport. It was a statement that even after years of neglect, greatness can be reclaimed. The LX570, once abandoned and forgotten, now stands as a beacon of resilience. Its roar on the road is not only mechanical, it speaks of human dedication, creativity, and belief in renewal. 3 months may seem long, but in the timeline of a vehicle designed to last decades, it is only a brief pause. What matters is the transformation it represents. From rust to refinement, from neglect to pride, the LX570's journey reflects what restoration truly means. It is not about nostalgia or vanity, it is about respect. Respect for engineering, respect for craftsmanship, and respect for the idea that nothing truly valuable should be wasted. And so, after 3 months, the project ended where it began, with an SUV that commands attention, but this time, not because of its decay, but because of its rebirth. The Lexus LX570 was once again ready to rule roads and trails alike, carrying with it the weight of history and the freshness of renewal.